It shouldn't completely wreck your family. This is going to be something that you're embarking on in the middle of a pandemic. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So it's Melissa here coming at you with another video in the Homeschool 101 virtual learning series. So if you haven't already checked out the previous videos, make sure you watch those videos. They will give you an update, or actually they will gradually take you to where we are for today's conversation. But before we get into that, let's get into business. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Without further ado, let's get into the video. As I said before, it's about the third or the fourth video in a video series talking about how to homeschool, what to homeschool, how to prepare your children, how to prepare. I specifically did videos on how to prepare your child, how to prepare you as the teacher. And finally, today, I'm going to talk about preparing your family. And when I say your family, I'm talking about the nucleus, you guys who live in the same house. Now, this is just going to be a accumulation of all the videos that I've done up until this point. One of the sidebar videos that I did, if you have not checked it out, is how to homeschool multiple children. That is very poignant these days because not very few people have just one child. But if you have one child, it's still very interesting. And this video will be great for you. That's one of the videos that we did. So in this video, I want to talk about preparing your family. Again, we talked about preparing your child. We talked about preparing you as the person that's going to be homeschooling. But now we have to talk about preparing your family. What does family preparation look like? What is this going to entail for my family? The first thing that I always said in my previous videos, and I'm going to echo today, is that we have 5 subtopics that we always covered in previous videos to kind of guide the conversation. So today we're going to talk about your family's attitude, the preparation, the organization, execution, and success. What does that look like for your family? You have a lot of people that have a lot of ideas and philosophies of what virtual learning should look like, what it could look like, what homeschooling should look like. And so this video is just going to kind of help you introduce virtual learning and homeschooling into your family. As I said in a previous video, homeschooling should not come into your family and just completely wreck your routine. It shouldn't completely wreck your family. Homeschooling should come in and be an accessory. It should be an addition to what it is that you already have going on. So if you are if you like to have dinner at 6, you can continue to have dinner at 6. If you have a family walk every day at 11 o'clock since quarantine has started, unless, you know, the kids are supposed to be in a certain virtual learning environment at that time, you can still walk. You can still do the things that you normally do on a regular basis. So with that being said, let's go with the first topic, preparing your family, their attitude. Collectively, I spoke about your child, I spoke about you, but now let's talk about the family together. We need to make sure that we're working together as a team. This is going to be something that you're embarking on in the middle of a pandemic. So that's going to be stressful within itself. Unfortunately, some districts are not really equipped to handle the burden that they're about to take on. So you should have an attitude where you're going to be a little bit gracious to the teachers, because some of the teachers have never taught virtually. So are you going to give them a hard time? Are you going to be gracious? Are you going to walk through them and support them as best as you can? And that's what I would encourage you to be. Just really be patient with your district. They're going to be handing out computers and laptops and Wi-Fi hot points, and just, it's literally going to be seamless in some areas, and in some areas the district may have some kinks. And so your attitude throughout the whole process is just going to really define how your child and your entire family is going to view this whole process. It's not the time to dog the teachers, in my opinion. It's not the time to dog the district, in my opinion. They're not the ones that make the rules. They're just the ones facilitating. It kind of reminds me of people that are just like absolutely losing their mind in stores over the fact that they have to wear masks. They're going crazy over the sales associates and people that are working in the stores, and really they're not the ones making the rules. So, you know, I would say that part of your attitude is just be patient and be gracious towards the teachers, the administrative, and the district as they're navigating through this pandemic. You know, And even when school starts and you decide to go back to school, or even if your school is in, just understand these teachers are juggling multi responsibilities. And some of these are just unprecedented. And honestly, quite honestly, in my opinion, and I think in most people's opinions, they're not getting paid nowhere near the amount of money that they should be getting paid for what they are being asked to do. So with that being said, preparing your family's attitude, just go into this, whether this is a permanent decision for you guys or a decision that you're doing until the district opens up. Positive attitude always. Also, understand, like I said in previous videos, understand that no one's asking you to be a traditional teacher if you're not a traditional teacher. As a virtual learning family that's learning together, you can learn together, actually. But also there's so many resources and so many opportunities that you can learn and grow as a family. It's a good opportunity to work together. And that leads to my second point, which is your family's preparation. I said in previous videos, there's certain things that you can do from one extreme to the other. You can prepare this whole great big learning room. You can, uproot the entire living room if you want to, but that is not what you have to do to be successful as a homeschooling family or a family that has children that are learning virtually. You just need to make sure, obviously, one of the requirements is you have to have some sort of computer peripheral and Wi-Fi, good working Wi-Fi. And so the good thing is, I know in our district, our district is giving out Chromebooks to families that children don't have access to a computer, or just, multiple children, they need to have their own thing. So, like I said, in your preparation, part of your preparation is to make sure, if you're not already, go to your district's website, go to your district's Facebook page, subscribe to that, and just go back and make sure that you are checking in on the information. Our district has been phenomenal about updating us and giving us information. I get emails weekly, if not bi-weekly, if not weekly, on updating on where they're at in this process. I just got a huge email yesterday describing what we're doing, where we are in the process. And then today they're having this huge forum, kind of answering questions. And then if I can't make the forum, guess what? It's going to be available offline. So make sure that you're involved. If you are a type of parent that you just kind of are passive as far as your kids' education is concerned, now is really not the time to be that type of parent, because virtual learning, this situation is going to be unique, but also it's the time to kind of be involved. So I encourage you, make sure you are involved, especially, all grades. I'm not going to say especially elementary or especially high school. No, all grades. Your teacher needs your support. Your administration at the school needs your support. So now is the time to do that. Prepare. As I stated in a previous video, anybody that typically nerves are normal, unorganization and all of that. But to me, the biggest way to curve off any type of dysfunction and issues with organization and ill-equipped and insecurities is lack of preparation. Make sure you are preparing yourself and your family the best way. Have a conversation with everyone that you live with. Hey, this is what's about to happen. For us, it's going to happen August 5th. We're just 2 weeks shy of 2 weeks of what's going to be happening in this house. So if I haven't talked to the rest of the people in this house and said, hey, the younger two, they're going to be homeschooling. They're going to be virtual learning, rather. And this is what we're going to require. This is what we're going to need from you. So no wild parties during school time or whatever, whatever the situation is, you got to have a conversation. If they're at their desk doing their work, please do not ask them to do something else. Ask them to do, leave them alone. Let them work independent. And so that's part of the preparation, equipping and talking to everyone in your family as far as what is to be expected. It's just not a situation that just involves your school-age children and you. If you have other people living with you, or even if you have people that's not living with you, but that are very significant to your children's daily routine, they need to know what's going on as well. So prepare. Attitude, preparation, organization. Part of that preparation, as I said in previous videos, preparation and organization are going to go hand in hand. So if you're preparing, there's no way that you're going to prepare for something and that you shouldn't organize. You need to organize and you need to have an idea. Guess what? That idea is going to change. It's going to change from week to week to week, depending on what the requirements are for the teacher. The teacher may say, I want a project on the first week. I know for us, the first 3 days are going to be very condensed. They're going to be very short. And so it's not going to be a typical day. So I can't really say, okay, for the first 3 days or for the first week, this is what we're going to do. No, the first 3 days is just going to really get the kids acclimated to being back to school. These kids have not been back to school, have not been in school since April. Okay, so that's a very long time to not have to report to school, to not have to really be accountable to having work and homework and different things. So I know for, us, our sleep schedule had been all over the place. So it's just going to be an adjustment. So again, in that preparation and organization, make sure you organize, I talked about having a calendar. Again, if you have not watched the previous video, make sure that you watch the videos that lead up to this video that will help you be where we're at in this conversation. So the next one is execution. I spoke about this in a previous video and I said, execution is really just going to be on 0 day. That's what it's going to be. Execution is going to be on that day. For us, that day is August 5th. That's going to be the day that we're going to have to execute it as a family, and I don't want it to sound like some dramatic thing. It just could be something simple as, hey, family member B, our kids are homeschooling right now. So can you not play your music so loud to be a distraction because they're in a Zoom call or they're, doing whatever it is that they're doing. So we really need you to be quiet, or we really need you not to engage in conversation with them during that. Or I really need you to help them with that problem because I can't help them. I really need you to edit that paper because I can't help them. So again, it's a team effort. And because it's a team effort, it helps me segue into my final point: success, 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 success. I feel like if you get all those things right, your attitude, your preparation, your organization, execution, you will be successful. And the question is, what does success look like for your family? As I stated in a previous video, the fact that you made it through a week, the fact that you made it through a day, that may be your success. Just like anything else in life, you cannot compare your success to someone else's, because success for me would mean I navigated through homeschooling, through virtual learning, and I figured out how to turn on a computer and get my kids in the classroom. That maybe it's not where I'm at, but I'm just giving you an example of where success may be for me. I got my third grader to engage and to participate because I changed my attitude, and now he's positive about it. That is sweet success. My kid, who typically does not learn virtually, can't learn virtually, and I just felt like they couldn't. I changed my attitude, and now he's able to do it. That is what success may look like for your family. So I just encourage you, as you are embarking on this journey, make sure that you are measuring and measuring your success by what it looks like for your family. Because success, your situation does not necessarily mirror my situation. Our kids may not be in the same grade level. You may work outside at home. I may work outside at home. I may work in the home, whatever it is. So at the same time, the only thing that we can do is to continue to not only support one another, but also congratulate one another. Be there for one another as we embark on this very, very, very strange and unusual and unprecedented time. With that being said, this is the final video as far as preparing your teacher, to preparing the child, and preparing your family. Please go back and look at those other videos, watch them through and through. And I know that they will be so helpful to your family. Up until this point, I covered everything from organization in previous videos. I covered step by step, what should you do if you don't want to go through the district, you want to homeschool. All those things are covered in previous videos. The only thing I can tell you is you need to go back and watch them. With that being said, as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.